Hello everybody, this is my friend. I'm back again today with fishing, boating, and around the house. And topic today is again boating again on my little boat again. At 13 years old, and I have this boat in salt water. So when you're in salt water, there's a lot of things gonna be happen to your boat. The meter are working fine, but what happened is here. Look at this. My meter is start losing. So when I remove the whole panel, and what I found out is the bracket back here. Here you might want to see it. Here, let me go on this side so you can see it. Okay. You see the bracket here? It's rotten and it's broken. Okay, so what I tried to do is replace the bracket. Okay, all right. What I do is I'm gonna take these out and remove this bracket. So I'm gonna replace it with the aluminum. I bought this aluminum, so I'm gonna remove that bracket and size it up and cut out that piece of aluminum and bend it into another bracket. Okay, so number one, first step all I have to do is I'm gonna remove this bracket. So the bracket is holding by only two bolt right here. Okay, it's the boat is attached to the meter, so all we have to do is just remove this and remove this hose and pull out the bracket and remove the whole bracket right there, and then size it up and bend the bracket, drill the hole, and get it put it back in and tie it together, and we are done. We have a new bracket. Aluminum is going to last a little bit longer than this zinc metal. So let's create the new bracket. Okay, so here is the bracket that I removed it from the boat. Okay, you see how rotten it is here? Here, look at that. Look at that. So it's no good anymore. The reason is the salt water, or even the rainwater, it drip down through the panel, behind the panel, and keep dripping onto this bracket, and it's rotten and it's out right now. Okay, and here is the bracket, how the back of the brackets look like. It has this hole, and this hole is go on two boat to hold the bracket and suck it to the panel like that to hold the meter. And this hole is for the holes come up from the engine, and it's measure how what is the speed of the boat going. Okay, the water is go into that hole. It has a pressure as it go on up that hole, it go into the meter and push the needle going up and tell you how fast the boat go. So since this side is broken, we don't know how long this side. So we gonna measure this side and measure this side. Whatever this side is, this side should be the same. So you can go a little longer than what it is here, or a little bigger than what it is, but you don't want to go any shorter, okay, or smaller, because the longer it can sticking out a little bit, but you tied it up and it will get it. But shorter, then it will not be able to touch the panel to hold things. Okay. So when we measure inside. Okay, we shouldn't measure inside. We don't want to measure outside, because when we measure outside, it will be inaccurate. Here, when I measure inside, this one read 2 and 5/8. So we can go 2 and 5/8. That's what I measure. We can go with 2 and 3/4, or even 2 and 7/8. Okay, and same on this side is 3 and half. So I would go 3 and 5/8. Okay, so this is we measure inside now. We measure inside of this. So we're going to transfer onto this aluminum bar, and we're going to mark it, and we're going to pinch it, okay? All right, so here I have this going on right here. So what I do is I'm going to go 2 and 7/8 right here. Okay, you should have a Sharpie. This is a permanent marker Sharpie. The point is smaller, so when you're marking it, it's better than a major marker. Major marker has a bigger end. Then when you mark it, you don't know exactly where it's in the middle. All right, so that is 2 and 7/8. So this inside of this is 3 1/2. So we should go 3 and 5/8. Here we go. Again, right here, and 3 and 5/8. So that one up 1/8 of an inch is more than what we need, and which is good. And again, there's a 2 and 7/8. We should go 2 7/8, and it's over here. All right, and here we go. Since we done here, and what we need to do is we're gonna cut right here, and we will 90-degree bend D2 mark, so it's gonna be bend up like that. Okay, and then we mark the hole. After that, we mark the hole. We drill the hole, and we drill the hole here. That's all those. These are 2 bolts that hold the meter together, and this hole will be where the speeding hole was going through there. Okay? All right, let's cut this off. All right, to cut this, we should use a hacksaw and go slowly now. You don't want to start it out too fast, and make sure that you go in the real straight across. Alright, when you start it out, go very slowly. You know, you see that? You want to put a groove in there first. That way it will guide and the cut. If you're going too fast, this might jump this side, jumping around. That's no good, okay? Once you put a groove in there already, then you can go faster if you want to. Alright, so here it is after I cut it out. I deburred here. Deburr is easy. All you have to do is use a file or sandpaper. Kind of sand a little bit, take away some sharp edges. So now we have the mark here. So we need to have this bend 90 degrees. So how we gonna do that? So here it is. I have we should have like a V shape, 90-degree V shape, something. Or if you have the vine grip, that works great. So here I use this thing, and it has a cut in the middle. So I will put it on here. And what you need to do is you need to use a chisel, okay? The chisel, you put it on there. Make sure this line in the middle of that thing, and this thing should sit on top of the solid ground, okay? This is, I'm on the very salty ground right now. Therefore, I put a piece of wood on the bottom so it's have more solid. So you put the chisel right in the middle, and you have a sharp pinch, okay? You have to hit it very straight down. Just like that. You have a bend. Okay, you already have a bend. And you keep hitting it down until it gets to 90 degrees. Not to cut it out. Not to cut it, okay? Okay. I don't think it can bend anymore because this is not 90 degrees. And down here it's not big enough. So it's good enough to have a bend like that. So we will find another spot, another thing with a 90 degree, or we just bang on this side and have it turn in. same on this side. Make sure you hit it right. Okay. There you go. Okay. Here. That's how we have. So now all we have to do is bend this in some more. We find somewhere that have a 90 degree. We pinch it in, and we're good to go. Here, or we even going down here. Okay. Pinch it down. There you go. We have almost 90 degrees. Almost. Good enough. Alright, I think this go a little too much. We can bend it back out. It's not a big deal. There you go. Pretty good. Alright, back out. Just in a little bit. There you go. We have a bracket. 90 degrees on both sides. Okay? Beautiful. Now, all we have to do, we trace the hole. So put this inside of this. There you go. And now we trace the hole and we drill it. And we have a new bracket. Okay? Here we go. I'm going to trace it here. I'm going to trace it here. I'm going to trace it here. Alright. So what I'm going to do next, I don't know what holes, what size of this. So the best to find a correct size is you're going to use a drill bit and keep sizing until it's sized correctly. And then you use that drill bit to drill the hole here, okay? Okay, so here, since we have this, I have my drill bit here. So before you drill, okay, before you drill, make sure that you drill center of the hole. You don't want to the walking drill bit, okay? So to be able to do it correctly, I do have here the thing is called ore. I call it ore. I don't know what you call. So you put it on there. It's just like a pincher, okay? You put it on and you pinch the mark right there. There you go. You see, it's dip in. That's where you put the drill bit in, and it just drill onto that hole. Okay, same as here. There you go. Alright, now I have a mark for all of those. I will start drilling. Alright, so I will drill these two holes for the boat first. So since I already marked it, so when you drill the hole like this, you don't want to go very fast speed, okay? You go slowly. You go with a slow speed. This is aluminum, so it's very soft. So it's go through very easily. If you go fast, all you do is create a walking drill. Okay, you go slowly and pressure, and it'll go much better than you go fast. Okay, there you go. The holes go through right in the middle. And now this has to be a little bigger, so we go with a bigger size. It doesn't. It's not necessarily to have exactly size as earlier with the old one, because the hole to go through here is pretty small as well. And again, go slow with the pressure. There you go. It's about to go through. Be careful, don't hurt yourself. There you go. That's it. We have a new bracket. See that? Okay, let's put it on. See how it works. Alright guys, so here it is. See the hole? We should have it back in there. Okay. And we should have this. before you put this hole back onto the meter, make sure the two bolts is go through there precisely. All right. See if this need to be adjust the hole at all. You don't want to put a hole on. See, now I need to open up the hole because it's not precisely correct size, and we cannot bend this. The distance between here and here a little too small. It's probably 1/16 smaller, so now I need to make the hole a little bit bigger so it can fit this screw in there. Alright, so after I open the hole, elongate the hole down this way on both sides, so it should be fit on there now. So let's try, and before we do that, we have this hole, go in that hole first and put it on this meter. Make sure that you have it go all the way down. Okay. This tube right here, it'll tell you how fast the boat goes. Okay. Alright. Now you're gonna have this on here. Okay. There you go. There you go. Go in there and make sure that it's you adjust the front to make sure it is even. That's the way you want it to be. And then you put the screw back on. I mean the nut with a washer, lock washer back on. Tied it up and you're all done. This way it saves you some bit of money. Otherwise, pretty much the only way you can get the bracket is order a new meter. The new meter, this costs quite a bit. Since this meter is still working fine, I don't see why we have to buy a new meter just for the bracket. You know, I didn't try to find out if I can buy just a bracket itself. I bought this aluminum bar in the shop, in Home Depot actually, or you can find pretty much anywhere in some hardware store. It's only $8, and I can create a few of them. Okay, I can create a few bracket out of that. Okay, that one in. Let's go to the other end. And that is it. That's all you have to do. We're done. All we have to do is just put this panel back on and screw it together, and we are good to go. Look at that. And now look at the meter. It's solid. Okay, just tight enough. You don't want to over tighten it. You might mess up the hole. Alright guys, here, take a look at this after the new bracket. There you go. Alright, thank you for watching and have a safe boating.